The Nike sneakers app, living in Canada. I somehow found a way to bring these two together.
Zoom in the rocket.
Perfect. Like you
really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's okay. It's okay. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Yeah, take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Yeah, really, y'all don't know this, y'all in.
So if you're a fan of sneakers and you shop with Nike, you know that Nike releases different sneakers in different ways. Sometimes they're available only on the sneakers app, sometimes they're online, sometimes they're restricted to the country you're buying them from. If you're in one of these countries and you try to find the sneakers app in your app store, you can't even find it to download it, let alone gain access. So this is gonna be a pretty quick one. I'll run through all the steps. I'll also break down all the steps in the description, and I'm gonna ask for some feedback on this one. Some actual engagement in the comment section. Have you done this? Did it work for you? And if it did, what sneakers you got? Now, I don't know if all these steps are going to be mandatory, but everything I'm laying out for you, I did exactly on my device, step for step, and it worked. Now, this is nothing groundbreaking, but all we're trying to do is trick your smartphone, app store, and internet browser to thinking you're in the United States. Okay, step one, you want to open your internet browser and clear your history and cookies, because you're going to have some history that is going to be Canadian or a different country's content, so wipe that clean and then close that internet browser. Step 2, VPN. This one could be optional, but I've always done it and it works for me. Connect to the United States via VPN. Lots of good VPN providers out there. If you don't have one, Private Internet Access and NordVPN are the top two. I'm using Nord right now, so connect to the United States. Step 3, you're going to want to set up a new Google ID or Gmail ID if you're on Android, or a new Apple ID if you're using an Apple device. And while you're setting up this new ID, you want to select USA as your country of origin. Now note, sometimes when you're setting up a new account on Android or Apple, it's going to ask you to input a telephone number. Now this is hurdle number 1, where you're going to want to enter an American cell phone number. So you'd want to use a friend or family member's cell phone number, because there's going to be a 2-factor authentication step here, and they're going to get a text message with a code that you're going to need to input in your browser. So it's kind of a collaborative effort. You've got to be in close contact with one of your friends. They're going to get a code, you input it onto your account, and then you have full access under a new either Gmail or Apple ID. Okay, step 4, the fun part, and this is a good litmus test to how much you listened on the previous steps. Go to your App Store or Google Play Store, type in SNKRS, find the sneakers app, it should appear, and then you can download it. If it doesn't appear, your browser could have been open before you did all these previous other steps in your App Store, so close all your apps, make sure your VPN is on, then reopen your App Store. Step 5, create a Nike account within the sneakers app. Now again, we're still pretending to be American here, so when you're setting up account, country of origin has to be American. And hurdle number 2, it's the exact same as hurdle number 1. They're gonna ask for a cell phone number, they're gonna text that cell phone an activation code, you input that code. Same thing, phone a friend, set that up together. Step 6, you wanna fill out all your information in the sneakers app. So under settings, your little gear, there's gonna be delivery information. Now this is obviously where you're going to want to input an American delivery address. And you want all this information already inputted so that when there's a sneaker draw, everything is timed. You want everything to be as fast as possible, so the less you have to input at your checkout and the more that you have pre-filled out, the better chances you are of getting some sneakers. Now this is a sticking point with lots of people, because what if you don't know anybody in the States? So there is a company called the Montana Shipping Outlet. I'll link their website below. Now what they do is they serve as a shipping hub for Canadians that are getting materials and products from the United States. So they'll receive your delivery for you, and then they can ship it the rest of the way to you for a fee. Website's below. It looks like a website I built in grade 9 in GeoCities, but I've never used this company myself, but some of my coworkers have, and it supposedly works great. So if you don't have a contact in the States, you can try them. Step 7, now the remaining steps are just gonna help you, again, have the opportunity to cop some sneakers faster. Everything else is gonna be set up. You should have full access to the app. You can look at the upcoming page, you can look at the in stock now page, and you can look at the feed, and you can start to plan when you need to wake up at 4 a.m. and try to get some sneakers. So you can put your sex and your sneaker size. Again, it's just one less thing you're gonna have to put out. And payment information. So this is a tough point with the SNKRS app, not even being in Canada, just for everyone using the SNKRS app in general. When you are trying to enter a draw, a lot of people get to the last point of the draw where they have to click on their payment information and they get an error code back. I'd be lying if I said this didn't happen to me. I'd say 50% of the time. So the best workaround that I've found is I fill out every single piece of payment information that I can. So I put a credit card in, I put my PayPal in, and I put my Google Pay in, or if you have an Apple device, it would be Apple Pay. That way, when you're in a checkout situation and it's timed and you're trying to get these sneakers before anyone else does, you have a couple different payment options you can select. Side notes, VPN. So I don't know if you need your VPN set to the United States every time you access the app, but again, my school of thought is it can't hurt. You're trying to pretend to be in the States, so every time you access the app, it's probably gonna work better if you are set to the States. Now, I have accessed the app without my VPN activated, and I did get a notification prompt that says, it looks like you're in Canada. Do you still want the US store? Obviously the answer to that is yes. You're always in the States. Okay, and here's the proof. Again, the purpose of this video is just to show you what works, and hopefully everyone else can get some sneakers too. So here's my SNKRS app. And we got everything you would normally see. Early 2022 drops. Okay, and then here's the proof that I am indeed in Canada. That's frost inside my house. Frozen door. So I made this video for no other reason, A, to organize the thoughts in my head and make sure I had it figured out, and B, to help everyone else have the opportunity to get some cool sneakers. It's been tough out here. Honestly, mostly everything I get from the Nike outlet, actual storefront here, because online in Canada is so challenging. But hopefully it works for you guys. And then the next time your phone rings from health and safety, they'll be telling you that you're sick for a different reason. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the views and support. Peace. User coaster Blaine.